Hello everyone. So in this video we're going to go over how to eliminate a variable to find the other variable, and then eventually find both answers. So basically is you got to use a little bit of common sense in these problems, because you have two equations and you have two variables, the x and y. You got to ask yourself, will it be easier to cancel the y's, or will it be easier to cancel the x's? Now look at the -9 and the -7. In order for something to cancel, guys, you should know you need the same number, but its opposite sign. Now, if I look at the 9 and the 7, you gotta realize, well, what does the 9 and the 7 have in common? And I think the closest number they do have is a 63. 9 times 7 is 63. So unfortunately, that might be a little too difficult, because then you'd have to multiply both sides by 7, the other side by 9. So the easiest thing will be looking at the x, because look, the 4 and the 16, they have a 16 in common. You don't have to do anything to this, because that's already a 16. What do I need to do to this equation so that the 4 is the same as the 16, but the opposite? Well, all I'm going to do is multiply it by a -4. Because look what's going to happen. -4 times -9, that's a positive 36y. And then what's a -4 times a +4? -16x. And finally, -4 times a -20, that's going to be a positive 80, right? Positive 80. So this equation is gone, guys, because we just multiplied it, and we have ourselves this problem right here. Now, take a closer look. Now the x's are opposites, and they're also the same number. So the x's could actually cancel out. Now, what's -7 plus 36? Again, that's a -7, that's a positive. That's going to give me 29y. And guys, what's -80 plus 80? Well, they're opposites also. They cancel as well. And to leave the letter alone, guys, you know that's 29 times y. The opposite of times is division. 29 divided by 29 is 1. That's 1y. And that equals 0 divided by 29 is 0. So in other words, y is equal to 0. Guys, we found the first answer. When it comes to a point, we found the second value right there. We got to find now the x. Well, guys, if we already know y equals 0, can we go to the original problem right here? Before we did all that crazy multiplication, guys, can I just put a 0 on the y right there? If we already know that's 0, well, guys, what's -9 times 0? With 0, what do we have left, guys? 4x equals -20. And again, let's solve for x now. That's a 4 times x. When I divide by 4, what does that give us, guys? X equals, well, that's a 1, right? That's 1x. Or people just call it x. X equals -5. You guys found the second part of the point. So my x is -5 when my y is 0. And that's how you find your point using elimination methods.